Oh, that was clean. Y'all can't tell me that wasn't clean. Anyways, what is up, YouTube? No, I ain't gonna do that. What is up, you? Nah, here you go. What is up, you guys? I hope you all are doing well. Now today, what are we doing? Yes, now today we are going over the key to making great, interesting, ear-catching drum patterns. It's very important that in your beats you catch the listener's ear with the drum pattern that you have, with the vibe that you're establishing. So today I just want to kind of help you guys, based off of my knowledge and my growth so far as a producer, on drum patterns and just how to make them sound better in your beats. But you already know how I feel about long intros, so let's just get into it. Yep. Okay, so to get this started off, I have this guitar melody that I made and it's practically ready to have drums over it. I'll play it for you guys. This is what it sounds like. So yeah, very simple. Definitely could use some drums to bring it to life. Now, I would say the very first thing to consider when establishing a drum pattern is to decide what kind of vibe you want to go for. There's certain beats where you just want that simple, like simple pattern. There's more intricate beats where it's like doing like different stuff with the drums, or the 808 might carry the drums, or the hi-hats are doing some like cool things. But there's just so many different types of beats and patterns that you can do. So what you want to do first is decide what fits best with your particular melody or your particular genre, vibe, etc. that you're going for. Now for this guitar, when I was creating it, I wanted it to be more of an intricate drum pattern. And when I say intricate, personally, I like to steer away from just the regular, the regular bop for this one in particular, and for most of my other beats, because that's just my preference. So the first step, figuring out the vibe. My vibe is something more interesting, something more complex. Next is to decide which drum do you kind of want to carry the overall flow of the beat pattern. Now, some beats, if you didn't have the hi-hats, the drum pattern just wouldn't be what it is. If you didn't have the 808s, the drum pattern just wouldn't be what it is. So you just want the drums to go together as well as you can and have them complement each other, have them work together to create a whole pattern. So for example, me personally, I like to start off with hi-hats first. Hi-hats and claps, I feel like that helps establish an initial vibe. So I'm gonna show you two different patterns. The first one will be a more simpler pattern, and then I'll show you an alternative, which would be the more ear-catching pattern. So yes, for the hi-hats, something simple would just be an easy 8th note pattern. All right, very simple. Now there's nothing wrong with this, but for this particular beat, I feel like it just doesn't give the vibe that I want it to give. If you're making tight beats, Drake type beat, 2C type beat, what you want to do is study their patterns. Like, are they simple? Do they have this vibe? Do they have that vibe? And then you want to implicate that in your drum patterns as well, so that you can basically be offering what the people want. So for this one, I would say it's more like a 2C, maybe. Real simple. Can't get any simpler than this, honestly. It's just not that interesting in my opinion. So my advice to you is to just chop it up some more. Now, another thing that you want to keep in mind, which is something I had to learn, is that you're going to use other drums. For example, if I just fill this whole scroll up with like a bunch of hi-hats, I may miss an opportunity to do something cool with the clap or do something cool with the counter snare. Leave space for your drums. And if that means you gotta hopscotch in between sounds, filling it in one by one and seeing where this sound fits best, then do that as well. So right now, say I'm stuck, say I just don't really know what else to do, and I feel like if I had a clap, that would help me establish where I want to finish off my hi-hats. So let's do that. So real simple, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now that that clap is taking up that space, I can even go back to the hi-hats and work around the clap and just have it repeat. So if you have a 4-bar pattern, so 1, 2, 3, 4, the first 2 bars can be whatever you come up with first. The second set of 2 bars could be that you copy and paste it and then go at the end or go into the beginning, change a few things or add a few things to make it sound different to either hello. make it sound different and make it sound more complex so that it doesn't sound too repetitive. And it really, like, y'all, when I first heard this tip, I was like, oh my gosh, I just have to come up with like a completely new pattern and a completely new beat. Girl, no, just put that thing over there, like copy and paste it, and then do what you feel best. Like, you ain't really gotta do too much. Even adding 1 note, 2 notes, a stutter, taking out a stutter. It could be something as simple as that. Don't overthink it. You definitely get better with this over time when it comes to just the decision making throughout the whole process. When I first started, I kind of overdid it, and you may not. You may be better than me. Probably gonna be better than me, but over time you're gonna develop your ear. So I know that I kind of want to keep these hi-hats simple because the bass is gonna carry this song. The bass is going to fill in a lot of spaces that I'm hearing absent in my head, so I just want to get to it fast. Another good tip is to get to those drums that you're just sure of. Get those out of the way so that you don't spend time pondering over the pattern. Is just like wondering what you want to do. I'm gonna just show y'all what I have in mind. That's simple. Okay, that's real simple. We're gonna stick with that for the first example. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with this. There's no wrong answer in music technically, period. But we can make it better, and that's what this is all about. So with this, it's very one-noted. Everything's on the same volume. It's not really much movement. It's not much things going on rhythmically to help invite new, cadences. So what I would do is already, it's like not too predictable. And I still feel like I have a bunch of space to add other instruments, let them do their thing. Next, I want to get into the snares. Right? I forgot to do this earlier, but the kick also is very important. When you're using the kick, let it complement the bass, or whichever one you do first. Let the kick and the bass complement each other. A good tip to use is also putting a compressor on your 808s and sidechaining it to the kick so that they aren't fighting for space. They're both low frequencies, so they tend to clash if you have a kick trying to hit hard and a bass trying to hit hard at the same time. I promise your bass will still hit hard. Just compress it so that it's not clipping or anything like that. And the way you do that is you drag in a compressor. It comes in like this. You want to hit this drop down menu. This is toggled off. You want to hit it on and then find your kick, select it here, then adjust the threshold, typically around 24 to 15 dB. You don't really want to go anything under that. Release pretty quickly because you don't want the bass to just not sound at all. And girl, I ain't even gonna lie, I don't even know what the rest of this stuff means, but it worked from that. So just use that and you'll get something like this. Like, just real simple. And then lastly, what I like to do is add open hi-hats. I feel like it just emphasizes the beats and the beat pattern, and it kind of just brings them out more, makes them hit harder. So you want to just align those with the kick or the bass. You feel me? I feel like this is already at the next level when it comes to just standard beat patterns, the ones that you may like maybe first learn when you first start producing. I want to play 2 versions of the beat, one with the more intricate pattern and then one with the more standard pattern, and just kind of compare the 2 different vibes that they give off. That was that. I hope it was very informational. I hope you guys got something out of it, took a few notes, and I hope it helped a lot. If you guys did enjoy the video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys in the next one.